So I have a question for you. Where do you think you fall on the hierarchy of life value as according to our culture? So what I mean by that is our culture has come to a place where when a life is lost, no matter how that happens, there are different values placed on that life. So for example, when someone dies as a result of having the COVID-19 virus, they are headline news. They are basically martyrs of the culture for having had to give their life to this terrible pandemic and disease. And that, I mean, they deserve to be remembered. They deserve to be honored in their death. And we do, we really have a responsibility to continue looking for cures and prevention for this disease. But are they more important than everyone else? And that's the thing that I think is a problem. And I really would like to see more Christians becoming aware of this cultural idea that some lives are more important than others. How did we get here? Well, I have to think that this really goes way back to the origins of medicalized birth. So I'm talking about the days when doctors came in to the birthing process and brought the mothers into labor and delivery in hospitals. Why do I think that? Well, that was where the giving of life became a problem to solve. So God told Eve that, as a result of her sin, she would have painful childbirth. Then, centuries later, a millennia later, we have doctors come in and say, hey, I can relieve you of that. I know God was doing this to you, but I can undo what he planned for you. I have a drug, I have a chemical product that you can breathe in so that you don't have to experience that pain in childbirth. From there, it became basically, I feel like the mother was cut off at the head and seen as, and the pregnancy was separated from the person. So pregnancy became like a disease to cure, like a problem for the medical community to solve, not a miracle that was ordained and created and designed by an amazing creator who makes miracles by growing humans inside of other humans and making a way for them to get out. I mean, I've had 3 natural home births and they were miraculous experiences. Now, I understand that some pregnancies can be very dangerous, and the birth process can be dangerous if done at home or naturally for some people. I get that. But we as a culture have taken this beautiful natural thing that has gone on for millennia and turned it into a disease, basically a medical procedure. Having birth is something that doctors need to help you with, that you shouldn't have to suffer through, and that you don't really even need to be mentally present for. You can just get drugged up and not have to deal with it. Okay, so so that mindset gradually evolved into the mindset of that thing inside of you that you're growing isn't really a baby until it comes out. Because before then, it's a problem that doctors deal with. Okay, while you're pregnant, your head is cut off from the rest of your body, according to the medical community, and that is really just a thing. Okay, and they are dealing with it. Once it comes on the outside, then you deal with it. But as it was turned into this non-human entity that you don't have this emotional and primal relationship with, that has been shifted to a medical-minded thinking, it became easier for our culture to accept abortion. That thing inside of you could just be terminated. Okay, we wouldn't say, well, you're murdering a baby. No one says that. They terminate, a pregnancy. But really, what this is a way to hide child sacrifice. So babies who are being aborted for social reasons, non-medical reasons, non-life-threatening reasons, these elective abortions are a culturally accepted form of child sacrifice to the god of convenience, of independence, individuality, whatever you want to call our cultural guiding principles that are worshipped. The culture of greed, of lust, of selfishness. It's our sin nature, right? So these babies are being killed. So there we have lives that are way low on the hierarchy of value, right? So we have COVID deaths are way up here. If you die from COVID, you are a societal martyr. Now, if you are a baby who gets murdered in the womb, you don't even make the scale, really. Culturally, you weren't even considered worth thinking about. You were a thing that was inside of someone causing a problem. So, in between there, where do you fall? I mean, obviously, you were not an aborted baby. Thank God for that. But where do you fall? Now, let's say you have a loved one who, as a result of this terrible situation we're in, isolation, depression, church is closed, 12-step meetings shut down, everything goes virtual, and your loved one committed suicide as a result of this depression, economic lockdown, whatever it is. Or your loved one overdosed and died of an overdose. Now, in my personal life, I now, since last year, since this lockdown started, I have 7 loved ones within my own personal circles who have either committed suicide or died from an overdose. And then there are a few others who had near fatal overdoses. And this is just people who are loved ones of my loved ones. And so I'm not talking about everyone in my county. I'm just talking about personally what's been coming through on my prayer requests over this past year. So what about those people? They don't get a headline. They don't get that martyred status that they gave their life. Their life was inconsequential because, COVID is really the only thing we can care about right now. Then we have now, it's February 27th, I think today. So as of today, over 1,000 people in the United States have died as a result of the COVID vaccine. So they also are not getting headlines. And not only are they not getting headlines, but they are being censored. These people whose loved ones are posting, just heartfelt anguish after losing a loved one who got the vaccine because, it was the right thing to do. They trusted their doctors. They trusted their healthcare workers, whoever it was. They wanted to do the right thing. I mean, we've even seen reports from people who were very proud and went onto social media with their sticker, "I got vaccinated," and then within the next 2 weeks passed away from, we don't know the absolute like determination of every single death. Was it blood clot? Was it brain death? But as a result of the vaccine, over 1,000 people now are reported to have died because of that. So where is their memorial? Where is their front page? Where is the outrage over that? I want to tell you guys, we have been lulled into accepting a lot of things that are absolutely egregious to God, that are breaking the heart of our compassionate and loving Lord. And this hierarchy on the value of life is one of them. So a friend of mine started a memorial page for the victims who have died from result of the vaccine at vaccinechoiceprayercommunity.org. That's one way that we can honor these individuals. But the censorship against this truth and the lack of the media to cover what's actually happening is something that we can only overcome through prayer for the truth to be revealed. We need to be in prayer. I'm in prayer twice a day, 8:17 every day, praying Luke 8:17, that all that is hidden will be revealed, that all that is in the dark will be brought to the light. We need to shed light on the tragedies that are happening in the womb, in the homes of drug addicted and depressed people, and as a result of this vaccine. And what else? I'm sure I'm missing some. You can add into the comments, whose life have you seen be lost without being properly honored in our culture? And let us come around that and as God's people speak out and honor every life, because every life is a gift from God, a creation of His, created on purpose for a purpose. Your life and the lives of everyone around you. Thanks for listening. This is a thing that weighs heavy on my heart. I spend a lot of time thinking about these things, and I'm here just to keep it real, to do it different, and to follow Jesus. So if you want to do that too, I hope that you will stick with me. Thanks.